Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 128 of the show with no name. I'm your humble host, Nick, and today we're going to be exploring this awesome little cemetery out here in a place called Mount Hope in Washington State. This cemetery also has a beautiful little church in front of it, as you can see. Let's get into this. There's a lot of interesting history out here in Mount Hope and in this cemetery. I'm going to start this episode off today talking about Phoebe Catherine Cornwall, and she was born on June 28th, 1850 in Indiana, and she's actually the inspiration for the creation of this cemetery out here. She would marry George Cornwall on August 12, 1865 in Vancouver, Clark County, Washington. She died 2 days after giving birth to her 8th child, whom is named after her. She was 31 years old when she passed away. It was measles that killed her. Originally, she was buried beside the Cornwall family cabin, but she was actually the inspiration for the Mount Hope Cemetery because her husband George Cornwall donated the first piece of land for the community burial ground, and she was soon moved there. Her husband, George Cornwall, was born on January 13th, 1839 in Arkansas. He was an early pioneer to the area and the founder of Mount Hope Cemetery. He passed away on May 11th, 1917. He was 78 years old. Owen Reinhardt Baer was born on February 4th, 1856 in Missouri. He was of German descent. He married Liz Caroline Parker on March 4th, 1877 in Leavenworth, Kansas. Owen died on December 16th, 1889 in Mount Hope, Washington, 8 days after being kicked in the head by a horse. The Spokane Falls Review on December 21st, 1889 reads, Mr. Owen Baer, who had the misfortune to be kicked by an unruly horse last week, died from the injury Monday afternoon. The grief-stricken widow and fatherless little ones have the warmest sympathies of the entire community. May the assurances of Him who hath promised to be a father to the fatherless sustain them in their time of need. Evelyn Woodcock Frizzell was born on June 6, 1857, in Marion County, Arkansas. She was the 17th of 19 children of William Henry Woodcock. Henry had 11 children with his first wife, Catherine, and 8 children with his second wife, Deborah. Evelyn was the 6th out of 8 by Deborah. After their parents passed away, the children headed west. This was just after the Civil War, and 5 of her brothers fought on the southern side. They were concerned about persecution by the Northern Army occupying the South in the period in U.S. history they called the Reconstruction. While on the wagon train on the Santa Fe Trail, she met Josephus Dotson Frizzell, a Union soldier who was protecting travelers on their route. Josephus told one of his fellow soldiers that he was going to marry one of those black-eyed Susans. At the age of 16, she married Josephus in New Mexico Territory. They had one son named John Edward. They decided to wait to have more children because their life at the time was very temporary and sporadic, and they moved around a lot. After Josephus was discharged from the Army, they moved to Texas, Kansas, California, Boise, and finally to Mount Hope. They were one of the earlier pioneers to settle into this town. They would have 4 more children while in Mount Hope. Evelyn passed away on August 21st, 1941. She was 84 years old. Evelyn's husband, Josephus Dotson Frizzell, was born on October 6, 1854, in Jackson, Mississippi. At the age of 3, he moved to New York. In 1872, at the age of 17, he enlisted in the U.S. Army. His assignment in the Army was along the Santa Fe Trail in New Mexico Territory. It was here that he met his wife, Evelyn, and they had their first child together. After settling in Mount Hope in 1886, Josephus became a farmer and a land surveyor, and he helped build a lot of the roads in the area. They moved to Spokane in 1906, where he worked as a civil engineer for the city of Spokane until his death on January 31st, 1923. This is a picture of one of Josephus and Evelyn's daughters. Her name was Rosa Ella Frizzell, and she went by Rosie, and she passed away very tragically at a young age. She was born on December 6, 1893 in Mount Hope, Washington. She would pass away on July 23, 1898, when she was killed on the farm by a tractor driven by a hired man. She was out playing at the time when it happened. She was only 4 years old. About a decade later, little Rosie's nephew Charles would himself be a victim of a tragedy. Charles Frizzell was born on March 19, 1899, in Mount Hope. He would pass away on June 13, 1907, when he was fishing in the Spokane River with his cousin Dudley. Dudley slipped on a rock, falling into Charlie, and knocked him into the river, and Charlie would drown. He was just 8 years old when the tragedy happened.